So we're still on the second floor. And if we come in here, this is technically 33. And off to the side of 33 is 32, which is the maid's hall. So the beds are in here for it. I absconded with it as a nether portal because I needed one to be able to get around. That obviously wouldn't be in the original. And then this leads out to the hall that runs on the opposite side, still giving us the tower like we had before, only overlooking the front gate from the opposite side. And that same little side room. And if we follow it down, we end up in the great central tower here, the one that had the beating heart up in the middle. So you can see all the way down, and you can see I did a bunch of pumpkin lights as the beating heart up top, just sort of as a visual reminder. So from here, let's see, what was the name? That would be number 19 would be the number of this tower, the room here. And then this was a little teeny secret door which led down to this room down here, which is room 34, which would be the servants' upper floor, which is also part then of 24, which is the servants' quarters. And then that led to yet another room, which would be number 23, the servants' entrance. And if we were to go out here, you'd see that that's the stables that we were looking at before, a little walkway connecting them. And then that leads down into the servants' areas, but we're not going down there just yet. We're going to do all the upper floors before we do all the lower floors. So backing my way up through the not-so-secret door, this is the second floor. And most of the rest of the second floor is actually in a tower that you can't get access to. So now we're going to go up to the third floor. So this here is room 45. Room 45 is filled with statues on either side. It's the Hall of Heroes. Behind one of them is a secret door. We'll get to that later. There's a hall that leads to Strahd's chambers down there. But before we do that, let's take a look out here. This is the same Tower 19, the Great Tower. And we have the exterior walkway on all the battlements of the walls. So as you can see, we get a nice good view of the top tier of the house, the living quarters and the towers from here. And this goes all the way around, obviously. Look at it from here. The map showed that there were no battlements on the inside. There's some spiders down there. So and then if we follow along the front here, there's almost top of the tower, there's a front walk there, there's another tower on the other side, and then staircase 64 at the other end. That's the top of staircase 64, which we've seen a few times. So now going back, I'm not going to look in that window because I'm teasing you with that. So we come here, and there is one other door, which just leads to yet another battlement. This is the one that connects to the back part of the castle. It sits over the overlook and looks down on the chapel courtyard. So you can see from the back here, it's kind of dark because it's nighttime. So we'll close that, and I'll go take a look at Strahd's quarters. Now I actually set this up as a usable space for myself to use this as a base. So the enchanting table would not obviously be there in the real thing, and these bookshelves would probably go a little bit higher. I just stopped at the too high. But there is the great fireplace here. There is a chair in front of it. And this room would be room 37. So room 37 is Strahd's study. And I did my best to find an appropriate painting. That would be a painting of his original bride. Obviously not quite the right thing, but as close as I could get. And it's supposed to be a giant painting, so I made that really big. And this is Strahd's bedroom. Probably doesn't really have all the chests in it. But this would be room 42. The bed chamber. And then from here, behind that is a secret door, which I'll show you in a minute. This is the bath chamber, room 43, which is called the bath chamber. And there's a bathtub. Not much of a bathtub, really, given the limits of Minecraft. This is 44, which is a dressing room. It's just a curtained area behind it, so to simulate the curtained area, put doors without walls to support them. You can see there's all kinds of beamed rafters up here with all of this. And if we come back in here, this is the window I was teasing you with. You could see out onto that walkway around before. And there's some decorative paintings around here. Well, actually, before we go back into there, let's look at the secret door briefly. It just connects to the Hall of Heroes with a little statuary in it. Come back in here. This room is room 36. It also connects to the bath chamber through there. And 36 is the dining hall of the Count. And from the dining hall of the Count, we have access to the stairwell. It goes up and down through the center of the castle. And there's a secret door where you're supposed to go through the fireplace. A little difficult for us to do, so I just put a door on the side, which leads into the false treasury, which is 38. And from there leads into the, actually this would be the false treasury. This would be the actual fireplace area. It actually had a significant amount of volume of space to it. So this is the false treasury. This then is the Hall of Riches, which is 39. 39. There's 39, Hall of Riches. And it had a secret door that led to that same elevator trap works. Only we're a little bit higher up now. And from here, this is a set of doors that connected to room 40. And room 40 is the belfry. Now, before we go up into the belfry for a minute, we're going to look at this room, which I actually populated with some stuff that I found useful in general. This is room 41, which is known as the treasury. So there's all kinds of chests laying around, another chest, and some other goodies. Up in here, the belfry. Now, right now we're standing right over where the thrones are at the chapel. But if you go up into the belfry, there's actually an attic space in here. Not really used for much of anything. So we'll go back out into Strahd's study.